All right, assholes. Thank you for your time. Shout out to my true fans and subscribers. Here we are, rocking the AWU 5 shirt. um, Shout out to Uncensored Arm Wrestling uh, for the sponsorship, not the shirt, because I paid for it. But anyways, here we are, my red-handed opponent, all the way from Nova Scotia, Andrew.
Yes,
I
sir.
want to give you a nickname, but I'm just gonna say Andrew Yakamovich.
Good enough, man. People call me Yak. You can call me Yak if you want.
Yeah, Sir Yak Toast.
Anybody.
I want to thank you for coming on. And basically, this is going to be like a somewhat of like a welcome to the Paul Italia show, and then it's kind of like robotic, but in my own way. Just
Yeah.
want to ask you a few questions, and because I don't know, I do know a good little bit about you, but I don't know. So my first question would be is when did you start exactly, month and year in this sport?
Let's see. My first practice would have been September 3 years ago, so I'm 3 years in.
What's up,
September
Lawless
21.
Luchadors? September of 2021?
Yeah.
Wow. I actually started September 2022.
There you go.
So I got a year. You got a year over me exactly.
Yep, exactly a year over. Yeah, that's it.
Andrew Wood, what's going on? Appreciate you watching. A shout out to a special lady, and yes, she is black. Tia Lowe. Call her Latrina. She's an elderly black lady. I told her I was going to give her a shout out. Ever since being like November of 29, early 2020.
You gonna bring her to AWU or what?
No, she's not coming out or whatever, but I told her I'd give her a shout out. But anyways, back on subject here. So you got a year over me. When you started, were you, if you remember correctly, were you right hand or left hand dominant?
I don't know if I ever showed you this. I'm sure you've seen it. I've never been right hand dominant because of that fucking scar there, right? So I've always been left hand dominant in arm wrestling. My right hand, like I'm right-handed. I write with my right hand. I'm more dexterous with my right hand, but my left arm is way stronger. Way stronger.
Gotcha. Yeah. I didn't find out that I was actually left hand dominant until like over a year of training and even doing 2 tournaments.
Yeah.
That I found out that I was actually stronger, especially in a hook on my left arm. And it's just, it really probably should have clicked for me on my first tournament, because in reality, the only medal I got right-handed, Paul Italia was there. We went right and left like multiple times in that Spring Hill SmackDown tournament that was live on the FAL.
Yeah, I saw those clips.
I came really close, more close than Fat Ass did, even though he wants to say, "Ooh, I stopped Paul in a King's move." Ooh. Well, I was actually one foul away from beating Paul Italia.
Yeah.
Right-handed, but that was the one that I only got a medal in. My other 2 medals came from my left hand, so it just didn't occur to me then, that my left might be stronger than my right, until, like I said, like fucking earlier this year, when it really started clicking. And then my first tournament was September last year.
Yeah, so
September 7th or 9th.
You were doing table time, like practices, a year before you actually had a tournament.
Yep. Yep. Yes, sir.
So I'm similar to that, actually.
Yeah, that's like a normal thing with what seems like with guys, is they just wanted. Even Clinton Pickering said on Jody Williams' show that he trained for a year before he even did his first tournament.
Yeah, that's pretty common. Like I was just about to say, when I started in September, I didn't actually have a tournament till the following June. So 8 months in before I actually went to a tournament, right?
Yeah.
You got a big old crowd tonight, buddy. Look at that, bringing all the people.
Yeah.
All the
Of
AWU
course,
guys.
Colin's like hot on my ass. You just wait, Colin. You just wait. I got a long ass receipt on your ass. But anyways, fuck that guy. So you've been in the sport longer than me, basically by a year. How many tournaments have you done altogether?
Oh, geez, I haven't counted, but I compete as much as I possibly can locally. And when I say locally, I mean within Atlantic Canada and the provinces surrounding me. I found I actually, when I first started competing, I was able to compete more because there's more amateur tournaments than there are pro tournaments around here, anyway. So now I'm not allowed.
Real?
My right arm, whatever, but my left arm is no longer allowed to compete in amateur around here. So it limits some of the competition. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so I've seen your stats on the arsarms.com, and you actually had a super match. You lost 0-3 to William Palmer at AWU4 section, as it was named on the site.
Okay.
And that's a big boy right there. So you lost to him, but I have seen on YouTube other matches you've had right-handed, and you basically seem like a top roller. You got that fast, hard hit and crack the hand. And now all those guys were bigger than you guys, or were they the same?
I haven't, like I said, I haven't competed with my right that much. I think I had 2 super matches with the same guy twice, 2 different times. He was bigger than me, but he's not like a big name. He's not particularly good. So it's not like it's a big win. It's nothing to be proud of. It's just, they're just kind of local for fun super matches. You know what I mean? They weren't big. There wasn't a lot of spotlight on them. There's not much to be proud of. There's not much to be said for my right arm. It's not accomplished.
I mean, win's a win in my book. One thing I do know about is that you were actually interviewed or as a guest on the Armed Sport Videos thing with what's his name?
Yeah, that's
what's crazy is like that was a big deal as far as I'm concerned, because I'm actually a part of the group on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
But what tripped me was not too long ago, I did a super chat to Devin Lair, and your fellow Canadians don't even know who the hell you are. How the fuck does that happen?
I don't understand why people think that they should know who I am. I'm 14 hours from Ottawa. So everyone tells me that all the time. Why would he know me? I'm an up and coming, I'm an amateur at the end of the day. And he doesn't live like sort of me or anything. So there's no way he would know me. I'm not really big one for nut hugging people and trying to get known like that. So eventually, I've met Devin, but he's met so many people, he probably doesn't remember me, right? So.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a lot of people he's running into every event. Yeah. I guess you didn't strike a note with him.
I guess not. I guess not. Maybe someday, but that's not what I'm going for.
Now, how many events for the AWU have you been to so far? I already know one.
Just the one last year. That was
just
the first
one?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought you had been to more than at least one. Okay.
No, just the one.
So, what was it like? Over a year ago or so, or before that, you had just ran in. How long have you been in the group chat with the AWU?
Since
around the same time.
Since day one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kotla, when he created the group way back when he first started it, and he started this group chat, I was one of the original guys that was in that group chat.
But it took you 3 events to finally for him to want to sponsor you to come there.
Well, it's not even the sponsorship. It's a long fucking ways, and flights from Canada are not cheap. It's a big commitment.
Oh, yeah.
Now, obviously, I am committed, and I want. If he has it again next year, I'll obviously go. But before then, yeah, I couldn't commit to it. It's expensive, man. It's fucking $800 flight round trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. and Mrs., we all know that's you, Nanya. He said Nanya's saying basically he's talking about himself there. Nanya is my favorite arm wrestler.
Who
All
is
right,
that?
now, Mr. and Mrs., that's Nanya. It's another account.
I didn't know that. Okay.
But yeah, it is. But anyways, I know that because the last live I did where I interviewed him post match, that was the was all right. So I know that you and Nanya, you know, even back earlier this year when I first got sponsored, April 1st to David Kotlow, then all of a sudden Nanya had contacted James Cochran in Alabama for
Yeah.
Unrivaled Productions, right? I know, just, you know, long story short, he had always been trying to get you and Nanya to go at each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to say, it doesn't make sense because Nanya's right hand dominant and has a fucked up left. You got a quote unquote fucked up right, and
Mm-hmm.
your good arm is left. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a mismatch. What was, I
Yeah.
mean,
You share
I
that
know you were a
opinion with
little
like only a
shitty,
few
I
people.
believe, when that didn't go through, but what was your thoughts? Go
Well,
ahead.
my thoughts are I'll disagree with you pretty strongly on that. Not because you're wrong in the sense that he's got a strong or a better right, and I've got a better left, but we don't know that. We've never pulled each other on the table. That can't be solidified until we actually pull. And me and Nani have been going back and forth, you know, shooting the shit, pissing each other off for years. And as you know, I've been trying to get a match with him, and it's always fallen through. But like I said, you don't know. No one. You can't guarantee what you just said or what I just said until we actually arm wrestle. I think people would like
Now, if I
it.
remember, you made a comment a while back, like you're on your right arm, you're actually really strong in that position where you can catch a flop, right?
If you want to know the honest truth, I mean, I'm not trying to hide anything. I don't care if you know because we're pulling right-handed. But my right arm doesn't have any B side. It has no B side ability. It has no defense. It's from center table to here. I'm okay. I have very little over here.
That's actually, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that was gonna be like I don't know if you may know of him, Mac Ruiz. He's actually the co-host for the Dragon's Den Arm Wrestling.
I've heard of him. I've heard of
That's
it. Yeah.
yeah. I've been going to his place for weeks now and training with him and training for this match.
Yeah.
The last time I went to Alabama with Justin and them was actually over a month ago. So, I mean, I have that option. I
We,
try and be sagacious though, because it's over 3 hour fucking drive. Whereas if I go to Mac's place and have all the Dragon's Den dudes show up, like, you know, good, strong, upcoming lads, you know.
yeah, and they're knowledgeable.
Um,
They know their shit too, from what I see.
oh yeah. Mac Ruiz has a great mind in the sport, and
Mm-hmm.
so my game plan was and is to take you on the inside because every right-handed match you have recorded, you're just top rolling and hitting real hard.
Right.
I
Right.
will say I may and probably will round one try and see if I can't match that.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I can't, I mean, it's going inside, period. I'll tell you that right now.
I just yeah okay. I'll touch on that in a sec. I'm curious. Were you trying to show the Bama Bull how to flop press?
No. What it was is before that event, it was like a month or so, right?
Yeah.
After a practice, you know, and watching the previous matches between him and Giannis, I told explicitly that Justin should probably train a flop wrist press, right?
Yeah.
His thing is he never trains that.
Well, he's all up
And
here.
then ironically, yeah. He's a low hand top roller, kind of like, but he conceals it in the setup as a high poster, right?
Yeah.
But when he hits for his low hand or whatever to crack your hand, he goes back, you know. He gets he even sets up a certain kind of way as well.
Yeah.
But you know, he's stubborn. I told him in a personal message that Devin Lair, and what was crazy was Travis Bagent was blasting Devin, who was killing him in the 4th round to hit that flop wrist press. And if he had, Justin would have won that fucking match.
Yeah, but not
It's
everyone's
just,
got it takes time to actually develop it sometimes. Some people have it, some people don't. And if you don't have it, it's not sometimes it's not worth it, right?
Yeah. So I just thought that was really frustrating a little bit to me. And I in a personal DM shared that with Justin.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're still good because I'm still in the group chat with the Bama boys and the whole crew and everything. I just haven't been able to make it out there because I'm saving 20% of all my income. That way I got enough money to fucking be okay over there and make it back or whatever.
Yeah, you got to come.
But anyways,
you got to come. You got to come to dinner too the night before the event at AWU. That's going to be expensive.
I should be leaving Friday morning sometime before noon at least.
Yeah, so
to Houston.
Yeah, you'll be there.
Now, I'm not going to lie, because of the gravity and the weight of this event, I'm probably not going to be drinking at all. I'm going to make sure I bring me some BC or Goody powders to right before I compete, like an hour before, to get the blood flow going. I'm going to make sure I have my smelling salts. And it was a little bit more, but now as time has gone on, and I've been seeing more and more from my left-handed opponent, I'm 75% sure I'm gonna beat him. As far as you like to joke and everything and say that you're an underdog, but nah. I'd be surprised if I even get one win on you. Because I feel like I'm gonna get smoked.
This is where I think you're wrong, and I really don't know what your level is on the right, but I can tell you, honest to God, and take it or leave it, believe me or not, my right, I consider my right an underdog to any match because I don't have any confidence in my right, and I'm not trying to downplay our match because I'm still looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be fun, but I just like you're in it, you're serious, and not that I'm not serious about it, but like you said you're gonna, you're prepping with smelling salts and the whole thing. Like I'm not doing all that. I'm still gonna try my best. Don't get me wrong, but I'm telling you right now, my right arm, it's just not that good. It's just not like you could easily beat me, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna.
Well, we'll find out.
I'm not trying to sandbag you either. Like I'm not. I tell you, but I'm just being honest, man. It's just not that good. It's got nerve damage and it's got connective tissue damage. And it just, not to make excuses, it just doesn't have the same strength, the same power.
Yeah. All right. Now, for the people watching, they need to know the history of this shit, right? Like, I got the promotion from David Kotlow right at the beginning of April, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were, I believe, it was either you or Cullen Hamblin. I think it may have been not Cullen Hamblin, but Christopher Kylonen was actually the original first talked about match for me, right-handed. And then because of that criteria, you know what's ironic now? He's a 220 guy, but he wanted me at that point in time in April to fucking cut down to 198. Now he's all big and bloated or whatever,
Lil Pop is a waste. He's honestly a waste of time, though, dude. He's so he's impossible to deal with. I'm sure you've seen it. He's impossible.
Yeah.
He's just fucking impossible.
I mean, I respectfully told him I'm not going to quit drinking and cut weight. I know I can, and I know eventually I need to stop drinking so I can be better, I guess, physically and stuff. But I'm just not ready to let it go yet. It's a choice.
That's fair.
It's not that I need this. It's not that I need this. I like it. But anyways,
that's what every
then me and you, then me and you came into the picture, right? And then for a little while we talked about it, and then I kicked it to the side But months later, I believe it was after my Alabama State Championship tournament in February. Was no, because that was before. It was after a practice I had with the Bama crew that I was like, you know what? I'm actually, and then we rehashed it.
Mm-hmm. Well, remember for a while we were supposed to do that bottom 8 thing, and that fell through. That didn't happen. So then my right hand was
I'm
free.
so glad that fell through. That was dumb shit as far as I'm concerned.
Man,
And
I was looking forward to that, to be honest with you, but it fell through. It's not happening. So I had a free right arm. I was like, fuck it. And man, like I'm telling you right now, Eric, I seriously, I think, like I said, I'm going to give you my best, but I still consider you the favorite. I'm not just saying that. You train, you take it like you take it more serious than some guys. In your defense, right? You do. You take it seriously, right? You might drink too much, but
I mean, some people in the social realm and stuff who follow my content and stuff, they see the. I mean, Clinton Pickering said the same thing too. Like, when Jody Williams put him on the spot, it's like, he's pretty consistent with his material, and he goes inside and outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paul said the same
Paul
thing.
is somewhat been a cheerleader for me.
Yeah, somewhat. I agree. Paul has actually he has said good things about your arm wrestling. So
yeah. One of these days, I'll be strong enough to take that receipt out as well.
Yeah.
My biggest one is Ryan Grondin. Fuck that guy. That's my biggest one right there. I mean, come on, man. This dude shit away $1,500 worth of money. $500 from Paul, and then $1,000. I still got that text message that James Cochran sent me, where he said $1,000 in hotel accommodations.
Yeah, but he
to
just
try
had
and get Ryan Grondin to do this match.
Shoulder. He's not ready for a match yet. It is what it is.
I think that may be possibly a cover story, and he's actually training behind bar, secretly, to try and get ready for me.
Yeah, maybe. I think he'll pull you someday. I'm sure.
I doubt that, because really, me and him, really, I don't know about him, but I can speak for myself. I really want to beat the fuck out the guy.
Oh, okay. I can't get involved. I like Ryan, so I'm not getting involved with that.
Oh, really?
I do.
You're on the Ryan Grondin boat? Oh my god.
Well, I try not to have too many enemies. As much shit as I talk, I try not to burn any bridges, and I have nothing wrong with Grondin at all. He's been good. I like him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Each their own, right?
But
everyone's got their own beefs and shit. But I got no problem with Mr. Grondin.
Besides me and you, what are your other legit 100% matches that's going to be taking place?
Well, my biggest match will be Albert Ding. He's do you know who he is?
That?
He's the number 176 in Texas, left-handed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it might be a bad day for me, but I'm willing to try the challenge anyways. And he's given up a bit of weight to me. He's willing. He knows I'm heavier than him, so we'll see, right?
So this guy might be like fucking. Hopefully, he's built like fucking Cody Wood. He might get you then.
Oh man, check him out. He doesn't have a whole lot of footage, but he's well known. Ask any of the Texas guys. He's like he's an Asian guy. He plays the cello. He's like a veterinarian and a day trader. He can do a million different things, and he's apparently just a fierce left-handed arm wrestler. I've heard nothing but really, really good things about how good he is. So.
All right, and so that's the only other legit match you got going on.
Well, I had Palmer, but Palmer's looking like he's dropping out. So I'm looking for another kind of for fun left-handed match at the end of the day.
Wait a minute. So Palmer's been humbled a little bit because of Cole Raban beat his ass.
Yeah, well, I think we all know he had those. He was talking all sorts of shit, and he was really confident in his level, and he said he was going to make weight.
Yeah,
and then
he shouldn't have been.
He fucking blew it.
I was warning everyone. Like, Cole trains with Daniel Ironman Mosier. fucking Craig Tullier, Chop Bertrand, all them big name Louisiana boys.
Well,
And
Palmer,
then some. Yeah, Clinton Breland is another one.
Yeah, although we call them the coronary crew.
Yeah.
Anyways, Palmer's good, but he's not as good. He's not good for his size. You know what I mean? He's not beating super heavyweights, like legit super heavyweights.
Yeah. One thing that surprised me about that match is that he went for the flop wrist press.
Yeah, that's Palmer's probably his best move, honestly.
Yeah, I thought he was a decent top roller, but I guess if I understood what was really going on at the beginning, he was doing some top rolling, and then I guess Cole was too much for him on the top, so he switched up.
Yep.
Which would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Palmer does. He does have a decent top roll, but once he loses that, he goes right for the flop, and he has a lot of shoulder, a lot of lat. Well, no, not really lat, but shoulder and tricep. He's got a lot of that. So his press is actually pretty good.
It's unfortunate he doesn't have a hook.
Yeah, he's terrible at hooking. He has no bicep at all. He's probably the worst hooker I've ever seen in my entire life.
Damn.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, he's not bad. He's strong, but he's not strong for his weight class. And he was supposed to make 225 for AWU, and he completely fucking blew it. His diet's out the window. He's 260 some odd pounds, and then he had that match in Texas against that like world champ WAF guy. That 100, you saw it, the 150 pound dude. You never saw that?
Wait a minute, in that practice
it was a real match. It was a real match. It was the week before Cole. Recently.
Yeah, so I believe it. Talking about that smaller dude who beat him on the right in the practice with Austin Jennings and them.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a practice match, but it was a match, and he lost. And then he pulled Austin left-handed. But again, he's just not as good as he's not as good as he thought he was. And he once he lost to Cole, all his confidence just went out the window, and now he doesn't. He's like, I'm done arm wrestling. He's not going to make weight.
I mean, he shouldn't be taking it too hard because honestly, he was down 0-2 and then came all the way back.
Yeah, but I understand that, but he's got so much fucking money.
And there's like this saying, I guess, with some top elite arm wrestlers or what have you, like if you get beat outside the strap, you suck. He came back 0-2 and got Cole twice outside the strap with that flop shit.
He did, yeah. Like I said, his press is no joke. It's a legit press.
Yeah.
He's not weak. Like I pulled him right-handed last year. He had about 60 pounds on me, and I had nothing for him.
Yeah.
But that was just, again, kind of a for fun match, we'll call it. I didn't take it too seriously, but I lost. It is what it is.
So I heard for AW5 we got Alex Top Roll coming in.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you heard the news. Yeah, I think so. What's your thoughts on this? We went from Paul.
On Alex?
The whole Paul thing. And all whatever.
Well, I gotta say, when I first started seeing footage, mostly it was World of Strength clips and videos. Love those in that channel. I even got their wife beater shirt, man. I had to support them guys because that was actually what got me interested in the sport. So I'd be on really late night in the morning playing fucking WWE wrestlings. Yeah. I remember seeing his videos where he's dressed up like an old man in New York, and he's pulling everybody.
I remember watching his videos when I first got into arm wrestling, and I think he's at like 1.8 million subscribers now. So that's pretty sweet. And I don't know if you heard, but he's going to be doing a AWU highlight video for Kotlo for the whole event. Ooh. So he'll get clips of everyone, and he'll go on his YouTube channel. And it's and it's
I've seen some of his work where he does that, where he with his brother by himself would go to a tournament and do something like that. So he's kind of like I don't know which one was first. I want to say he was because he kind of does like what 217 does with the tournaments.
Yeah. He's good at editing. He makes his videos are good. His videos are really good. They're well edited and watchable, So
yeah.
Did you hear that?
He's got way more followers than Paul Italia.
Yeah, and that's what it's not. And that's the thing. The point is, it's not all about that. But he wants to come. He's not trying to change the event and fucking put a spin on everything. He's just coming. He's gonna arm wrestle a couple of guys, and he's gonna take a bunch of footage. I think it's gonna be awesome. Did you hear?
Oh yeah. I told David Kotler when he told me about it this morning. Like I'd love to meet the guy.
Oh yeah. He's a good guy. He seems like a pretty cool guy. Kotler just messaged me just this evening, just before I got on here with you, and he says that Alex is bringing a surprise. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, well, it may be maybe some more Florida boys, because I think, if I know my shit, I'm not 100. I believe Alex actually lives down there in Florida with all them Florida people.
I think you might be right. I'm not
Brandon
100%
Morrison,
sure.
Fucking Mickey Oliva, and fucking Sarah and all them.
I could see it being Schoolboy. Schoolboy's his brother.
Schoolboy.
That's his brother.
Yeah, that's a big boy right there. We're talking about 6'4".
Yeah.
Fucking 240, 30 pounds.
He's like 280, man.
Oh.
But he's not gonna come arm wrestle. He's on the contract with East versus West. But he might come. This is it's a surprise, so I don't know for sure what's gonna happen. But my guess is if it's a surprise, he's gonna bring his brother just for like a guest appearance, for after polls and whatnot.
What's up, Hellbent? So you got Craig Toulier as your coach? Oh man, that's some dope shit right there.
That's the number 198, isn't it?
He's actually he won the round robin in the 220.
In the 220. Oh fuck.
Yeah, I've actually I seen Craig Toulier because he went to the Alabama State tournament I went to him in person, and the motherfucker is fucking ripped and jacked.
Oh yeah. Well,
I believe I was slightly taller than him, but still, man, the dude was beefy.
Yeah, he's not tall at all. He's not like a tall guy, but he's he's really, really good. He's fast. He's number one. He's the number one at 198 ranked in the state. So obviously he's good. Got to be. Yeah. Good. You've seen him pull.
Oh yeah. So just think here for a sec. I didn't want to talk about certain subjects here because, as far as I'm concerned, I'm moving forward.
Sure.
Fucking it's spilt milk down. Yeah. But I won't lie. I really, you already know it. I seriously was. I wanted to fucking kill you.
Hey, you're not the first one to say that.
Yeah. I seriously was so pissed about that, but I had to. I guess the word is digress, because when I heard when all this shit was starting, I told Paul Italia, fuck that shit. I told David Kotler, I was like, fuck that. I'm not giving Paul any of my money. Fuck that dude. Mm-hmm. But then, of course, Pie coughed up a shitload of money. But anyways, that's in the past. Well, I've just been seeing some shit here with that Steven guy, man. On the last Friday night, saying the N-word and everything. Boy, he just, I and I ain't gonna lie to all the people watching this and who will watch this. I really feel responsible for this shit, because it seems like ever since I came in on the scene, right, with the 98 and arm wrestling, this, that, it seems like all these crazy people are just coming out of nowhere.
There's a lot of crazy people in fucking arm wrestling, man. There's a lot of them. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. On the Steven subject, I'm choosing not to involve myself. I've been involved with enough drama in the last couple of weeks. I don't give I'm just sitting back and enjoying it. I don't want to be involved in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, even when I was going through this shit, I just wanted to arm wrestle, and I hated this shit.
Well,
and it almost destroyed me too. It almost destroyed me from the community and everything. And even afterwards, I ain't gonna lie. On a side note, I've been seriously, because like, this is a sport where there ain't money in it. So you have to love this sport to continue in it, because
that's right.
I mean, it's just not. It's not like getting into the WWE or whatever.
No, you're 100% right. There's no money. If you're in arm wrestling for money, you're in the wrong sport. That's plain and simple. Plain and simple. There's a lot of other sports that pay more money than arm wrestling, but yeah, you got to love the sport, and that's kind of the point I was trying to bring across to you. Is people are starting to lose sight of actually arm wrestling, and all they care about is, being on this YouTube channel and that. And I get that that's a good part of growing the sport, and you want the spotlight. I'm not opposed to that, but you gotta. I'm not just speaking to you. I'm talking to a lot of people. They lose sight of actually just the competitive nature of arm wrestling, and that's what I'm in it for. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. Like I don't make money arm wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and this is that was one of the few things that I guess you could say enamored me, and because like I've always been a competitive guy. Like, I mean, side note, I mean, I've been on a hiatus from it, but I'm a chess player.
Better than I am.
Great,
I can't
great game, great game. I remember growing up and wanting to be in football and stuff like that, and baseball, and never got the proper backing or whatever. But doing this arm wrestling thing is just that just kind of hits me a certain way. And also, what I like too is I guess you could say, the camaraderie of it is actually good for my mental health, because really I'm a recluse. So, uh, people who would never probably hang out or whatever are getting together for the love of the sport. It's just drawing them all in, and we have practices. We make memories, we make content, and like I've got so much motherfucking content now. Like, it's like, and I've always said this. Basically, my shit is like a portfolio of my journey. Even losing people, like with Blake, who died last year, and I just been moving forward with that.
Yeah,
And
it's part of your, like you said, it's part of your. Well, it's like I don't know how to say it, but yeah, even if not a lot of people watch the content you put out, you have it for your own memory. You can look back on it the rest of your life, right?
Yeah, and I do that every now and then. I'll look at some short videos I had, and here's the thing, right? You want to know something? If you look at my first like several shorts I did, right, and this was before I even knew about hashtags and all the other shit to help get it out there more. I have like a handful of videos short wise, like the one with the old man Mike, that got 3.6 views, thousand on YouTube. And I didn't use no hashtags or nothing. It was just a title and just post. I didn't even have my entrance.
The shorts usually get more views than the actual videos. Like, that's typical. I think the way the algorithm works, when people are scrolling through and they're going through shorts, they'll come across your short more than likely than they will, searching for the video on YouTube or whatever. So
anyway. I know about it.
Yeah.
All right, so let me see here. I got to think for a sec.
Have a drink, man. Have a sip. It'll help you think.
Yeah. Oh, you're real funny.
Well, I got
David Kotler's going to be probably on the sidelines in person trying to beg the fuck out of me to drink. Well, he's probably trying to get me so hammered that I can't fucking do nothing.
Well, I was about to bug you about that. I don't expect you to get drunk off your ass before you pull so that you can't pull. But, I mean, to each their own. But I always have a couple drinks. Even in tournaments locally, I always have a couple drinks just to loosen up the nerves. And I'm telling you right now, AWU, I know you've never been, but last year I went, and I know from other years, even that the ones I wasn't at, it's a really fun fucking time. And there is a bar right there, and we're all going to be drinking. I'm not saying you should get drunk and fuck yourself over for your match, but I would encourage you to have a couple drinks.
No, I actually did do that on my last tournament here, July, was it 17th or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I seriously, because how they set it up is they had the pros and then the ladies and then the seniors do their classes and stuff. And then at the end, they fucking went to the amateurs finally. I
Right.
waited for like 2+ hours. I'm like so ready to go. Eventually, I broke down. I said, fuck this shit. And I had 2 double shots of Jack and ginger ale. And then
That's
I
probably a
took
great
2
idea.
goody powders.
That's
I
probably a
took
great
2
part.
goody powders. And I mean, I was the strongest in that class left-handed. Wasn't nobody stopping me.
Yeah.
The first guy I beat, right, got so pissed off at me. He's actually the one of the two, but the first one on that short I had, that some bitch said, "Oh, I bet you won't do that to me right-handed. And why don't you sign up for the right hand?" And I had to explain to him the situations, like I don't have money for it, blah blah blah. This some bitch called me a bitch to my face. You know what I did? I smiled and I walked away.
That's all you can do sometimes. Piss them off even more.
Now I could have gotten the wrong set of mind and bitch slapped that little fucker, you know.
Yeah,
But
you just got to take the high ground, man. Who
yeah,
gives a fuck, really, right? Who cares?
yeah.
Yeah, but
The
I'll tell you right
next
now.
time, I wish I had all that shit recorded because the next time I went against him left-handed, I held that motherfucker.
Yeah, embarrass them.
Oh, I was so
Make them pay
vicious.
for it. Make them pay for it. So
yeah.
my last competitive event competition, I had a super match like a month ago. You probably don't know where it is. It's Prince Edward Island. It's a province in Canada. It's about 3-4 hours away from me. And it was like that. It was that Mac event, like the off brand Mac event. It was Ian Carnegie and the Mac and everything, right? And there was 38 super matches that day, and they did all right hand first, and I had the left-handed match. So if you can imagine how long I was waiting. So what I always get pretty nervous before I pull, regardless. I always get the nerves because I like to unleash it on the table. It's just the way it works for me.
Yeah.
But I don't like to be so nervous that I'm fucking shaking and ready to puke. So what I end up doing is I always have a couple drinks, and so I was waiting fucking 5 hours before I pulled. So I was drinking beer, I was shooting whiskey.
Jay Coben, what's up, buddy? That's a big follower. Keep going.
Yeah. So by the time I actually went up to pull, buddy, I was straight up drunk. Like I had a good little buzz on, but I still pulled fantastic, and I still felt super strong. So I don't think getting drunk takes away too much, as long as you don't go over that hump. You know what I mean?
Come to find out, alcohol is a histamine. You know, it inflates, but supposedly, according to a female I used to work with or whatever, she said it's also kind of like an antihistamine at the same time. So it's not completely an inflator, supposedly. Just like I can recall times, there was only one practice that I actually got drunk in between the practice, not at the beginning or before. And I remember being so numb to the pain. This was back when I was doing kratom.
Yeah.
But after Blake kicked the bucket, I stopped using that shit.
What is that, pre-workout?
No, what it is kratom is actually it hits the nervous system. It's really used for people trying to get off opioids and narcotics and shit.
Okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
And do not have sex on it, because you will not climax. You will be hard and all that, but you will never fucking climax. Like I remember, because like I called up afterwards, like dude, why didn't you fucking warn me? I fucked this chick for like over 2 hours and rubbed my dick raw, man. He started laughing over the phone, but I was like, bruh.
Is it like an over the counter, or do you have to like get it prescribed?
Oh, it's over the counter. You can go to like an Exxon or any kind of like I don't know about. Yes, Circle K has it too, but it's something they keep behind the counter that you got to ask for.
I got you.
But what I would do is he actually told me to start at 8, but eventually I started taking 12 pills at one time, and it would numb me out so much because like what was it, like January of last year was when I started, because after that first 3 months or so, I was in so much pain. Like in one of my jobs, I had 2 jobs. One of them was digging with a post hole digger, and my elbows would be in so much fucking pain. My hands would shake.
Oh yeah, I know the
And
feeling. Toothache pain. I
yeah,
hate that shit. So is it like a
yeah,
painkiller? It must be some sort of
yeah. Take it 1 hour before practice, and you'll get like a good, like subtle, good feeling in your stomach, or at least that's what my experience was. But I always took it 1 hour before practice, and I was good.
Yeah,
No
I'm just gonna
pain.
shoot a couple of shots of whiskey and do a line of coke, and I'll be good to go. Just kidding. Maybe smoke a little crack.
What?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding about the crack. I thought me and you were gonna smoke crack together. Remember? I've never smoked crack, but I'll try
Oh
it with
my
you.
God! Here we go with that shit. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I always joke with that. I don't do them heavy drugs.
Well,
If I
I've never
did that
smoked crack
shit,
before. So. I'm joking too.
uh-huh. Yeah. So you're gonna be coming by yourself, right? You're
Yeah,
not bringing your hot
I'm
ass
not
old
bringing a
lady.
woman down to all you degenerates. Can't do it.
Oh
Can't
my
do it.
God.
Can't do it.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame
No,
you.
no,
She'll be
I'm not
safe.
exposing her to that. She knows that I'm involved with all this. But I was like, I'm not bringing you down there. Fuck that. Because I didn't bring her last year for the same. Fuck that. Yeah.
Heard. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess we could leave it off here. We're 46 minutes in.
Yeah. That's good. That works for me, man.
Did you have any questions you wanted to ask me or whatever?
No, well, not really. Not off the top of my head. I'm just going to leave it with this. Despite what you think, because I think I already tried to hit this home, but you still don't believe me, I still consider you the favorite in this match, but I'm curious to see how it plays out. I think it could potentially be a really good match. And I mean, like, it could be real close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a grinder.
Yeah. Well, can't make any promises, but I'm gonna arm wrestle. Competitive Yak's gonna come out. I'm gonna give it my all. I'm gonna be screaming. That's just how I am at the table, right? So.
We got Paul Chai here.
He's your
Oh
biggest fan,
shit.
man.
Yeah, I guess so. Shit, I really feel like the guy's got the mafia waiting for me.
You're the least of his worries, man. He's got bigger problems right now. Trust me.
Yeah, he's got that Steven guy hot on him for real.
Yeah. I'd say that's the
Hey,
problem.
by the way, Paul, you explicitly said on that 98, I charge, when Steven was like, I want to, suck your dick and this, that, and third. How the fuck you charge for that, man?
He was just fucking joking, shooting the shit.
Yeah. That just, I just seen that because, like, David Kotlow sends me like these fucking clips of shit, like almost every other day, right? Of this, that, and the third. And he shared the other day that clip where Steven with his black eyes and everything is like, I'm gonna burn it down and let me suck your dick, blah blah blah. And then
I'm pretty
Paul
sure
Jackson's like, I charge.
I clipped that for David. He sent, because I send David shit all the time, and I usually clip stuff for him, and then he'll send it to a bunch of other people. That's what he does.
God.
Anyways, I'm staying out of that.
I'm
staying out of that fiasco. I don't want to be involved in that shit.
Yeah, there's one good thing I could say that comes out of all this is now the spotlight's on this fucker and not me.
There you go. Like I said, I'm just gonna sit back.
I'm like in the background now.
Yeah.
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 Well, I want to appreciate you and tell you thank you for coming on.
Yeah, buddy, no problem. No worries.
Hopefully nothing fucks me over or whatever on getting over there.
Nah, you'll be fine. You only got one.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm coming.
Yeah, you'll
without
be there.
fail.
You'll be there.
Jay Coben says this is probably going to be a good match.
I can see it. I can see it going good.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fun, man.
Shout out to my fans and subscribers. Thank y'all for watching. Hopefully this was entertaining and what have you and educational a bit. So my next episode is going to be with my left-handed opponent, and shit's been getting a little spicier here and there a little bit in the comments and stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, he stepped up his spiciness. I've seen that. So yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. But anyways, appreciate you.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
out.
Yeah, buddy. Sounds good. Cheers.
Cheers.